In this section, we will talk about the relation in between cloner object, the effector, and the field. Let's create a cloner object, and I create a cube, get into this cloner object, and I go to cloner object. I try to increase the distance in between. If let's say I don't want my cloner to be arranged nicely with my cloner selected, I get into the effector, I just hold down and I'll see that there are few effectors over here, and I just go and select random. When you are at the cloner object, you go to effector, you'll see the random over here. If I turn it off, you won't see the effects. So right now, I know that this random affecting this cloner object, and I get into random. They are switching their position because at the random effect parameters here, you'll see that the position is turning on, and right now they are moving 50 cm in X, 50 cm in Y, and 50 cm in Z. So that's why you can create a very random placement of it. So if let's say I increase it, you'll see that the Y is like this. So I can play around with the rotation as well. Maybe I rotate them randomly. And maybe I put some uniform scale. Maybe I increase like 0.2. So you see the sizes are changing as well. There are a few more effectors that you can use, and all these effectors will affect your cloner object. Right now, once I have this, if I want to have an area that get affected by this random effector, then I need to use the field. I can get into random. Inside the random tab, I have this field. So I click onto the field, and at the bottom here, there are few different types of field, and I can change box field. And if you take a look, all that are not affected, but the area of the box here might get affected. Right now, we need to increase the box size. So if you take a look, right now, this is my area, which is my box field. This is the area that will apply the effects on. So this is box, and I can add another field. Maybe we have this linear field. For linear field, it's like a before and after. So once my linear field pass through all the way, and everything get affected by the effector. So at this point, if let's say I uncheck the box field, everything will not be seen. And if let's say I select the linear field and I move it, I'll see the changes. So this is like after, this is before. So in between is the distance or the transition from not affected until it's affected by the random. So you can apply it with selecting your random and you add in field. Or another way is, if I uncheck this, everything will get back to random. I can select here, I choose torus field. So once I click on torus field, I can apply it into random. And here you go, I can play around with my radius, and I can play around with the thickness. And you'll be able to see that it's moving out like this. So if I get into my random again, right now I have this torus field here. So here is the opacity, meaning that the affected strength. The field informations, you can edit here as well. So this is the relationship between cloner object, effector, and field. So cloner, we have this effector, and make sure the effector is here. And then inside the random effector, we make sure that there are fields. So it depends on your animation. You can add field, you can take off the field, and for cloner, you can add more than one effector into it to create an interesting animation.